Hello everyone and welcome to game 2 now in the series between Creator versus Nerchio. Creator has a 1-0 lead in this series as the games do get underway. Game 2 taking place here on Daybreak. Daybreak, a map that I'm not surprised that Nerchio took. Very easy for a Zerg player to get up on 3 bases. But then again, it's also very easy for a Protoss player to get up on 3 bases. Now, the center destructible rocks could come into play if Nerchio is able to establish a strong creep highway between the right and the left side of the bases. Creator Prime spawning as... Nerchio is establishing the creep highway. Creator Prime spawning as the blue Protoss player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Nerchio opening up with a 7 pool. Alright, sorry for not noticing that earlier. 7 pool now coming in as we are seeing another drone being added. And this is going to be interesting. Creator opting to go for an early scout with this probe now, something that he didn't do in game 1. Creator going to quickly find that there is a spawning pool already in play. He's going to take a look at the drone count, figure out that there has been a very, very heavy investment into tech early on, and this probe is going to scout out everything it needs to see. This is going to be huge. You can see that the spawning pool already going to be completed at completed now, as the Overlord is going to be popping up here in just a moment. Zerglings going to be added here. The Overlord is going to be a little bit delayed. 2 Zerglings being added, and now another 4 more as we are going into that forge first. Will Creator get that photon cannon up in time is the question. Also, is Creator going to set up a pylon here for another cannon inside his mineral line? That is a common strategy for Protoss players to try to deal with that and just come back, not allow that not complete that front door, and instead go for something else. Photon cannon now being added here, and is there going to be enough minerals? You can see that the photon cannon is about, 25% completed. Zerglings may be able to get inside that base and disrupt some of that mining, and we could see another building. Oh, a cancellation on the building there, as Creator realized that that was not in time. Are those Zerglings going to get there in time? It looks like they will. No, will not. Are they gonna? Oh yes, they are gonna be able to warp in here and now try to perhaps push through that one probe. They need to get away from that photon cannon. Photon cannon getting off 2 or 3 shots and a little bit of lag. Creator not allowed to warp in that second gateway. Zerglings now going to cause some economic problems here, trying to go after those probes. The probes going to be able to push back pretty easily as we are now going into the harvester count. Keep track of the harvester count. If Nerchio is able to take down and even up the drone count and versus the probe count, he will come out ahead. But so far, Creator's still ahead here in this matchup as the probes are battling up. 1 probe does get taken down here. We are seeing that 13 versus 18. Zerglings still dancing around trying to take down more of those probes. And we're going to see this probes once again push back over. Photon cannon is down here. Nexus should be coming in shortly as the Zerglings are trying to pull away. Nerchio with 4 Zerglings inside the base, still causing some problems. Back over here, a drone trying to grow up to be a hatchery, still not done. 18 drones versus 19 probes now, as the probe production still continuing. A Zealot now joining in on the fight, and the Zealot should be able to finish off these Zerglings pretty easily. The Zerglings do have a faster movement speed though, going to be trying to go after that Zealot, but unable to get us around here. That is going to be a problem, especially for that one very low hit point Zergling, which will get one-shotted by that last Zealot there. The Zealots still trying to run around, trying to play a little bit of defense. The Zergling trying to come back around, and it looks like, oh, a probe could have fallen here as the Zealot not catching up at all. Are we going to be going into a Stalker? Not quite yet. Zergling still trying to figure out where they can go. They need to get some damage onto that Zealot, as that Zealot may fall here in just a moment. The Zergling's trying to battle it up, trying to take down more units. It is 21 versus 21. Another Zergling does fall. Workers kill count is at 3. 24 drones versus 22 probes. And Creator just giving a little bit of a face there. And we are still mining away. Both sides just lagging a lot. And apparently that is causing a little bit of micro issues as both sides are trying to fight it up. Another probe does get taken down. And the Zerglings backing away once more. Zealot trying to catch up to those Zerglings. Will never do so unless charge is researched. Let's take a look at it. 2 drones, 2 probes so far, both sides being trained up at a 27 versus 25. Are the Zerglings going to be able to finish off and get some actual damage by taking down more of these workers? Stargate now coming in, and this will be scouted out as the Zerglings still dancing around in a circle. Zerglings looking to get off some of those probe kills still. It doesn't look good, especially now as a Stalker is coming in, and the worker count is 28 to 31. Double extractors being established by Nerchio. Workers killed up to 5. Not really effective enough, as Nerchio does need to get more queens in order to fend off any sort of Void Ray play. Stalkers moving out across the... one Stalker moving out, and it looks as though this is going to turn into your standard economic game now, with Creator trying to do a little bit of harassment. Probes still being trained up here and here once more. Sentries being added. Pylon also being warped in. Not much to report. And Nerchio really was looking to deal a little bit more damage than he did. Nerchio also needs to get an additional queen, otherwise those phoenixes are going to cause a lot of problems. 2 phoenixes, 3 phoenixes, plus a Void Ray can easily shut down a queen in a matter of seconds. And if we do in fact see that sort of play, that is going to cause some problems. One Overlord will get shot down. Nerchio knows about the phoenixes already, and Nerchio will end up losing this Overlord here, but he is going to be getting up some Spore Crawlers, which will help him out tremendously. It looks as though Nerchio doing the standard scouting path, trying to find any more Overlords. He does spot this one, but decides to back away and deciding to not engage there, as a Zealot is going to fall in midfield. The Stalker needs to get in position. There are some sentries here, as well as the Phoenix cannot get any shots off to take down any of these Overlords, just doing a little bit of flying harassment. There is one Phoenix off over here as well. Are they going to perhaps try to take down some drones? They could easily take down a drone or 2 for some quick kills, as Zerglings are still running across the map. There you go. One drone is going to get taken down. Another drone could get taken down once we have enough energy. Do we have enough energy yet? Nope, not quite yet. Worker kill count now 2 to 5, as we see 3 Phoenixes in play. The Phoenixes could go after these Overlords here, and it looks like they will be doing exactly that. It looks like Nerchio's Overlords that have been positioned all across the map will simply just get taken down, as Nerchio finds himself supply blocked, 73 over 68, and that number is just going to get worse and worse. Nope, that Overlord not going to get shot down here, as it looks like it's going to be a push to go after some of these Overlords. We could have a Queen get destroyed here in just a moment. One Overlord already taken down. Are we going to get a Queen taken down? Yes, we are. And this Queen now getting taken down is going to cause some problems, as Nerchio needed more Queens. The Queen down to 25 hit points. More Queens have come back over, and this is going to help significantly, as Overlords are still trying to move across the map and park themselves over some Spore Crawlers. We are going to see another Overlord perhaps off over here get caught in transit, trying to find some, I guess, some ground cover or air coverage from these Phoenixes, as we are seeing some sentries now going and taking down some Zerglings. Beautiful force fields limiting the surface area. Those Zerglings unable to retreat back home, as it's really been Creator with all of these Phoenixes causing problems. Let's take a look at the losses. 1125 versus 537. Harvester count 56 compared to 46 compared to 57, as the Queens are now laying down some creep tumors in order to offer some better defense. Sentries are making a move out. This base has yet to mine any minerals, really, not able to pay for itself, and we are now seeing Stalkers, mass Stalkers, moving out across the field. This mass Stalker strategy not going to be able to go up against these Zerglings, especially with Infestors, but once again we are seeing a significant weapons upgrade, 2-0 from Creator. Meanwhile, the Zerglings don't have many upgrades at all. The Zerglings and the Queens don't have any upgrades at all, in fact, as we're going to see the Queens now try to back away. The Queens blinking forward, going after and taking a lot of damage. Infestors now trying to come in as well. We are going to see some Graviton Beam neutralizing some of those Infestors from the air, as the drones are now trying to battle it up. Drones are not the counter here, so even though Nerchio does have a supply advantage, things are not going well, as these drones are really taking a toll. 24 drones versus 5 Overlords now continuing to fight, as some Stalkers are blinking back once more. Harvester count 44 compared to 48. Overall army size is about even at this stage, almost 3,000 to almost 3,000 on both sides. But with those 2-0 upgrades, as I mentioned, and without the glial reconstitution, those roaches are having a very difficult time keeping up with these stalkers. Stalkers just gonna pick apart this hatchery here. We're gonna see some infestors. Oh no, the fungal growths not coming in, not enough energy for that, as we are gonna see some more roaches fall once again. This hatchery will get taken down, and Nerchio, perhaps not keeping track of how much energy he had, engaged about 10 seconds too soon. Stalker's now looking to back away. All of these broodlings will fall here in just a moment, and now Nerchio is on 2 bases. Nerchio needs to do some magic here in order to even up this series. Otherwise, Creator will be taking a very nice 2-0 lead in this series. There's a nice fungal growth, but is it too little, too late, as the roaches with 0-0 upgrades unable to really tear apart at these stalkers. The stalkers dealing 2 extra damage per attack. The roaches just unupgraded at all, and now Creator really whittling the army of Nerchio and turning this into a war of attrition and coming out on top. There's another fungal growth coming in, but without Zerglings to engage, that's not going to make much of a difference. Queens are now getting taken down as well, and Acer, Nerchio going 1 unit to rule them all. I'm not exactly sure if he meant the early Phoenixes to take them down or the Stalkers with Blink, but it did cause a problem as Nerchio was trying to only counter with Infestors and Roaches. You really needed Zerglings in there, and no upgrades for the loss. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed Game 2, stay tuned for Game 3.